actually of the divine.
Well, I mean,
God.
Sure,
You
yeah.
would, you, in your
Yeah,
ideology, you would call it God.
Yeah, I would say that we're all definitely in.
I agree.
Have a
there's where our Venn diagrams are.
I have mice, and for someone, this is going to be special.
Your qualities are special.
Yeah.
For me, I really know how to cook.
Okay, cool.
If you do, guess what?
Girls
You're
get mad at
doomed.
me.
I feel like I'm
Yo.
special. Guess what? I'm special.
Nick. Bruh. And y'all call me an asshole when I say a woman's book.
Appreciate it, bro. Should we do a voice call, or is she set up on like Discord?
I don't think it would be easy for her to move over to Discord with.
I'm just.
Sure, probably.
And so, what percentage of men are in power?
A lot. I don't know. That's a very specific question.
But I mean, do you think it might have more?
And saying to you that I'm not going to keep your fragile ideology intact or not destroy the fragile ideology if it's bad, because that in some way is going to be emotionally painful.
Shit! I was fucking wiped out right there! You guys get what I'm saying? These guys are not good! They're not good! I understand. And then they act like they're fucking good in all of these games.
That would decrease half the dating pool, probably.
I totally disagree, because we know what that world looks like. We used to have it 50 or 60 years ago. You know what? Men grow up quicker. They stop being man-childs and infants.
Which one of these guys is making all of these backgrounds and thumbnails? Who else do we got? We got Seabass doing it. Who else? We got put our Frizz eyes on. Put our Frizz eyes on.
Be special too? Who else claims to be special?
I would say, are we defining like special or different? Like what makes you stand out? Or are we saying
Basically, how do you stand out from other girls?
I would say structure, etc., etc.
Okay, I suppose at least you acknowledge that. Let's do the next tweet.
What we found with Google was that we could grow exponentially, making a combination of a lifestyle and a purposeful brand. In a
Tactic of getting from me what you wanted.
Yeah, so I'm going to just like grant a couple things, right? Thing one.
I have to go to the bathroom first, and then when I come back, you can share.
Okay.
Nation podcast, really scintillating. You know, me personally, I'm not a big fan of flying. No offense. Get headaches. The altitude. But you don't. Just so I have this correct, you don't consider yourself an escort.
I sort of thought it was similar with very much longer relationships, but in the sense that I like men.
Get along. You'd be besties. He's a real winner, by the way.
Like, if,
I mean, he probably is. He divorced you, right?
No, I divorced him.
Oh, well, that actually makes more sense.
so look, if you want to
you adore.
No.
You never ask any of those questions.
I have not.
So then, essentially, you're just giving them sex, and then in exchange, you're giving you money, and that's it.
Well, hopefully
Or
not.
is it-
In the yacht.
How do you convince them to buy the equity?
Sit them down, have a nice dinner. If it makes sense, then why not?
Is that all you do?
No.
Convince them?
Experts, your skills will always be current.
let's close the doors, Nick.
Maybe there wouldn't be a loneliness epidemic.
Can immediately pick up on.
Can I ask a question?
So you might not even be aware of them. Like you might have certain habits and behaviors that you don't even know disqualify you to a lot of guys, because the thing is that men are.
By the way, actually.
For your 10 men on your
Not
roster.
for the guys on the roster, but if I'm
Not for
dating
the guys on
someone,
the
of course.
You have 10 men on your roster.
For funsies. Yeah,
So
because
for
I'm not.
what-
If I'm not
Better by men. Do you one sec. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you get treated by men better by showing more skin or less skin?
Obviously, if you show less skin.
Okay, so you agree.
But hold on, because even when you show less skin,
An apprenticeship, and it's a trade.
Okay, so similar to life coaching, let's say.
No, it's not similar to life coaching, let's say.
It's a trade, though.
Yeah, it's a.
Let's do a Google Trends search. Let's compare.
I've never heard of that name.
I've never heard that.
I'll send it to you, Nick.
okay.
I'll send it to you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Maybe
But
if
okay,
I
go
see
ahead,
the
go ahead.
face.
No, honestly,
I don't.
based off their beliefs of, you know.
Are they in power because they're men?
Me.
And you. Okay, 299 men plus you. Which office would you prefer to work at?
It's actually
Which one's better? Or are you saying they're equal?
They're equal.
I'm just telling you what it is, because women judge men all the time off of how they look. But when a man judges a woman off how she looks, it's a problem. Why is that a problem? I would argue women are more judgmental than men are.
Guys,
Watch it or not.
Okay.
In their own category.
Exactly.
Yeah, but their
That's what I'm
category
saying.
is, with all due respect, mediocre. Like, because if they
Okay,
competed
well, they're
against...
still doing it. If you go watch a female, they're still dunking.
Okay. You're gonna sit over there.
No, she's just doing her best. She was doing her best to keep going.
Am I not allowed to sit there because my nipples?
What? No.
Can I not switch to my roommate? I'm kidding.
Pull that one up again. One more time.
Can you talk about men more?
Also, you guys.
Like one guy. Understand this is a account that's based on kink. Like,
You guys
I don't know. We were
Because there's no
there's too much fucking for us to
Sounds like
just be friends, but
Y'all were fucking for
but it's like, why is the expectation on men?
Special.
Mind you,
We're
between
God's
all
gift
the
to
other
earth.
girls,
Yeah.
how do you stand
Tell
out?
us all your stuff.
How do you stand out?
Okay, so this comes down to beliefs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
years, and he didn't want to move in with me and didn't offer to buy me dinner every single time and like take me out and take me on trips. Why was she with you?
Is that the only value that you see in men?
No.
This is why motion.
Now, to start anew. For the punch.
They
They're
are.
afraid of being judged by women.
Exactly.
No,
And her
I would
friends.
never
Yeah.
judge a man if he got assaulted.
If
I
you got
would never
assaulted,
do that.
came back crying to you.
No,
oh my God.
how is
yeah,
that?
you would never judge
Okay,
him. You
you're
wouldn't
I
look at him.
wouldn't judge him.
Are you outside of just every other man except your immediate family? They're not valuable unless they're providing for you.
they're not valuable until they prove to me that they're valuable.
By providing their asses off, and they don't have time to whine and complain and click and do all that shit. They just don't. Inside of office spaces, sales spaces, things like that, yeah, there's a bit of that for men.
If a man were to see that, all the tweets that you post up, and you say, "This is my job," he's just only gonna use you just to have sex with you. That's it. He will never take you serious. He will never give you children. He'll never give you the home that you want.
I don't want children, so.
You're saying that now, but when
Attractiveness, and you own it, couldn't you argue that it's actually more confident to be like, yeah, I'm a 7. That's how I am, versus
Okay.
This is crazy. All right, what about you?
Funny, because in order to be funny, you gotta be confident.
Okay. Are you funny?
Nope.
I think so.
Joe.
You guys, I'm old. I don't know what these things are.
You know what YouTube is?
I don't know the
Stop
rules.
lying, lying through
Do
your
I
teeth.
seem like I follow rules?
Okay, but would you?
It's if you don't seem.
So they would have an understanding
it's
of
a
that.
public Twitter profile. Anybody could stumble upon your thing. I mean, even in your profile, there's no such asterisk or disclaimer that says.
But it's equally rational to me than to say, okay, if I had a firm, right, and there was some inbuilt sexism based around the stigma, would it be rational for me to only
the $17 compared to men? Is that what you're talking about when you say the wage gap?
Yeah.
So what is the number that you think it is?
It's around that.
Like 80 cents on the
Something
bill?
like that,
Nick,
and
can
then
you-
women of color make even less.
Yeah, about protecting and providing. So you don't expect any of the 10 men on your roster to protect you. However, do you expect them to provide for you?
No. When I say protectors and providers, I mean if I'm in a marriage or if...
Even if it were true that men who owned firms of some type or another did hire women at a lesser wage than they hired men, who the fuck?
22, I was actually going to try to wrap in the... What's that?
I just felt the energy when they walked in.
What do you mean?
Like they were being a little rude while I was doing pre-show too.
Were they?
A little bit. They just like weren't listening.
Always gone when the shit
I
goes
know.
down. It was
What
rage
the
for
hell?
ego.
No, I made a joke. I was like, what if I have a dick right now? And she was like, I would be repulsed by that, and that pissed her off. 'cause she was like,
Yeah. I'm just thinking more about spiritual practice with meditation and like, but we don't really need to get into a whole like religious
Yeah,
spiritual.
I mean that's fine.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want as long as it's by consent. So anyway, but the point is though is that if I'm looking at the standard of understanding why you would want to cross the street, you'd have that innate sexism.
Buddy of mine.
Yeah.
He's saying, just
He doesn't
ask
think
her
I
to
was
walk you
one.
through
Right.
how I land this plane step by step.
I mean,
That's
it
all he's
all
asking.
sounds pretty legitimate to me, Andrew. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
saying it's not legitimate. I'm just asking the question.
Right, but
How
I
would
mean,
Every time I tell you how to fly a plane, you interrupt.
But what I've realized is the more tattoos she has, the
more
crazier she tends to be. Not all the time.
That's
Now,
not
for you,
pussies.
since you want to go and ask these personal situations, so open relationship of mine is very simple. I do what I want, and then she's.
Whether or not it's sexist.
Okay.
My question would be, who cares if it is? Why would that be a problem to be sexist under those circumstances?
I just don't
So in other words,
understand
sexism itself, I'm not sure that
So
makes no.
you-
Hang on, I'm almost done. Almost done.
Okay.
Okay, so that little whirlpool or whatever that you're about to go down, right? Just
Next tweet.
Oh yeah.
If you want to learn Python for a career in data science, IT or engineering, then you...
I love stealing a man's soul.
Damn. At least.
Not all of them.
Like, well, here, let's take her fucking shit out of Instagram. I mean, out of the fucking show. I mean, they're talking shit as they're leaving. They're fucking... She's checked out the entire show.
They don't know how to express their feelings about.
Do you think that's all men in general, or just the guys that you've come across?
I said boys, not men.
Okay. Well, the boys that you've come across is
No, just boys in general.
I've been married for 2.5 years, which I don't know, it's probably about as long as I've ever been in my relationship. So we're married 2.5. We've got a 2-year-old toddler, right now a daughter. We've got my firstborn son.
I saw you.
She get that brain. That dummy brain.
I'm not dumb. That's actually very insulting.
It is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to call dumb people to their face. It's like, no, really.
I've been friends with for like 10 plus
And
years.
and they support what you're doing right now.
Yeah, they do.
Anything wrong with it?
They love it.
Those aren't real friends. I'm sorry, bro.
No, they're real friends.
Really is not something that you.
The relationship, right?
Somebody loves me, then and I love them, then I keep dating them. I don't really worry about the why.
So you don't know what you bring to the table?
I don't really give it that much concern.
What makes you special?
Okay. My identity from God. I believe in that.
Isn't
Because
everyone
that's
here
covered by
have an
grace.
identity from God?
Yep.
It's through how you land a plane.
What kind of plane?
Any kind of plane.
Well, they differ. The over-the-gate speed is
Yeah,
different based
whichever
on the
one.
type
Pick
of
one.
aircraft.
Just pick one. Yeah, pick whatever.
Piston, turboprop.
That makes no sense.
What makes you special?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Or do you not think he's special?
No. I think everyone have qualities.
Like, again, this is kink based. Did you say that you enjoy it? Like, you find it funny? I do find it funny, but they're giving into the kink.
I mean, this
For honest, can you rate the girl next to you honestly, or can't you?
What?
Can you rate the girl next to you honestly, or can't you?
Paradox. I haven't watched him in fucking forever. Where's he at? I think we got to put in Paradox in W3. There he is. What else we got? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, absolutely.
We got you.
So the woman says something that is sexual, aggressive, some might say perverse, and says it in public without shame. And then we applaud her.
marriage family that's best for society. But in your individual case, you said that like you've been in like 2 long-term relationships for 18 years. I mean, I'm assuming you don't.
I don't know.
You just asked me, so I'm telling you how we fly
I'm just
planes.
a guy in a plane trying to land it. I'm terrified. What do I do?
A bunch of stuff, and you're gonna need progressive
Okay.
instructions to try to live.
Okay, so what do I do? What's the first step?
Dark tattoos, they all have a meaning to them. Just because I have one on my neck doesn't mean I'm a fucking whore. You
It
know?
doesn't change the fact that there's a negative stigma to women with a lot of tattoos.
That's not what I'm saying though. I'm saying like public flasher, public masturbator, like where we at, you know?
It's a joke.
Wait.
It's a joke.
Yourself and figured out what you want.
Yeah, I have. Plenty
Like,
of
how
times.
long was that?
Like 6 months to a year, but I'm not seeking out a relationship right now. Again, I'm very happy, but I'm fucking
front?
No, I don't expect that.
Okay, would you expect them to protect you in some sort of self-defense?
Not unless we're dating or something more than
don't
on
you
the
feel
roster.
like men
There's
like
no
to
way.
do
There's
that
no way.
too?
Hold on.
Who's the defensive?
So you did mention patriarchy, so I want to go into that. What is the patriarchy?
the system of beliefs held by.
That's not true. Women sports are actually funded equally in colleges. And a
In
lot of the
colleges.
yeah, in colleges.
Yeah,
now
but
we're
not-
going to go professional.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here,
We're
okay.
talking about
here, now,
NBA.
here's
even indicate psychopathy. It's very common for stoic men to not care about the emotional status of a person who refuses to
It's
adhere to
very
logic.
common of men to be abusive.
To Havana. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Oh,
That's
just
it?
right.
And That's what got her?
You're being so transphobic.
You don't get to decide. I
Look.
feel like it was a lot of things. I feel like she was already like raging a little bit before.
full time. They broke up, by the way. And they're not even still going. So
Shout out 2 Girls 1 Blunt.
that shit trash, bro. That shit is trash, man.
I would lift up that primal, carnal sexual nature towards something that is no longer.
Why is that my responsibility to
Well,
lift up their?
Hold on. It's not your responsibility.
Who is this editor? He must be making fucking bank. This is the easiest thumbnail ever, and they're all using it. Who the fuck clicks on these videos? Why do you want to be the same as everybody else? Look at it. Look at the
Equity. Yeah. Talk to y'all about equity.
Equity in that pussy.
Man. You didn't even know the difference between probable and possible, man. Come on, man. Confidence or sense of humor?
The girl.
Oh, no, you need $1 million to fuck with her, nigga.
Yeah.
And she's gonna give you her network of people.
Because that's because men will fuck anything.
You can look at my damn history.
It's easier for women to fuck a man than a man to fuck a
so
woman.
you at least get the opportunity with a guy, right?
I give him some.
Yeah, because it's easy to fuck a guy.
Okay,
Y'all
okay.
are one of the.
Are you kidding me? Ears, brother. Like I said, I'm not gonna be crazy mean or rude to everybody. But if this is what you are. Taste of poison.
I see a hostile.
But
beating
so
them. They don't get
the
anything.
men, the 10 men on your roster, they're providing and protecting for you,
Oh
aren't they?
no, they're not. That's
They're
why
not.
they're not my
We're talking about
boyfriends.
relationships.
That's why
Yeah.
they're
So
not my boyfriends. They're
if-
on the roster.
If any of the guys, hold on. So. I love hurting men.
Whatever the case may be, but I was like, okay, how did he do in this game? And what do you guys think end up happening, man? What do you guys think end up happening? Let me go to where the other problem I have with these
You actually show it to your parents. Hey,
My mom.
Dad, look at what I'm doing. I made this guy punch himself in the balls.
My mom knows about this stuff.
There's no way you're actually happy with that. I wouldn't be happy with. They're gonna keep women like us, the younger women, in that position. They're not happy. They want to see other women unhappy just like them. I guarantee you, what they want is that man and the kids. They weren't able to get it because of their own bad decision making.
What about
Yeah,
lesbians?
it's like, it seems like it works out really well for the pick-me's because not only are they the ones who get picked because they're pick-me's, but then the women who are, we can move it on from there.
We got more tweets. I love hurting men. Or sorry, you should say it in your own words.
I love hurting men. Heart.
Huh? Well,
No,
did you make her cry? I mean, I wasn't looking at her, so I didn't see the progression of the facial expression.
No,
I
you
think
know,
she
just got emotional.
Facts that sometimes.
Is you have a rather traditional stance on who should pay, yet you are quite non-traditional.
Okay, and my problem is that you expect girls to go halves on the first date, and you're not.
Thank you.
When you say the general public, I'm assuming that you mean more people when you say general public.
I mean, I certainly haven't talked to anybody, but I sort of the men that I've dated for years.
Yeah.
It's been tons over the years. I haven't counted.
Wait, can you tell us, like, from total collective? Andrew's dope. Andrew's awesome.
Okay, well then,
Love
if
Andrew.
we already know what she's gonna say, and
But
we
she
already
is-
know that there is a
but she is
opposing
chained to the
theory that supposedly
She is chained to the
there
stove
is
right
a
now.
thing whereby
think that you're ugly, you already think some type of way, you don't have any type of, conversation skills. So what do you like? What do you like?
She might start going after certain guys, whatever, who aren't within her league or her whatever, and she's gonna constantly get heartbroken. Why is this guy doesn't want to talk to me? Why does this guy keep cheating on me?
Me personally, I realize my personality when I crack jokes, the hobbies I'm into and interest, even like when I said anime, you guys all like uproar and all that because not a lot of females are into that. So it's like my personality, things I'm into.
It was because of other reasons, but like
You're about to break up with me. And then you say,
our own image, we would have more brain room to focus on other things like developing skills, developing hobbies, maybe finding a healthy relationship, having a healthy...
the less skill-based matchmaking possible is the best thing.
To walk. This will cut the pain. You cannot escape me.
Six, like in one transaction, some dude sent you like like 2 Bitcoin or some shit? Any Bitcoin? You ever received crypto?
No.
No crypto.
I should have read the reviews. Always.
I don't know what to do, guys. It showed. I think we have to end it, and maybe we have to restart. I don't fucking know, bro. Millisecond, bro.
Not, because human beings want to watch the best of the best. That's what it is. Now, with your argument is, well, women have babies, and
We're still
I agree that sucking penis abroad is funny, etc. Like that. I'm not the one saying I'm funny.
Get it? Dark humor? Dark?
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah, luxury market is really tricky. We've managed to 10 times our revenues whilst using the Google product.
Ideology, my spirituality at the time was the conceptualization of my creator, of my divinity as being incarnate in Jesus. And so what I realized was
And it's subsidized by men.
Taken care of. Daddy takes care of them.
But isn't like the reason why women's sports aren't viewed as much because
They're not
men
good.
only fund men businesses and
But you're comparing and maybe you're not. Maybe you're just comparing general belief systems.
No.
You cannot escape me.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place today. So, just going around the table, do you consider yourself a feminist?
Yeah, they don't judge no.
What?
Like the girls you guys message after the show, even though you guys have girlfriends. Like, come on now.
Close girlfriend.
It's really funny that you say that because this actually is just deterring responsibility to the second party, right? So you're saying
yes, you guys are more powerful than I.
Also, no, I wouldn't expect them unless we're like dating. I don't expect them to do anything for me.
So in some situation, I'm blanking on a hypothetical I could paint here, but let's just say there was some situation.
Myself, I have some men that I talk to here and there, but I don't really place much importance upon them unless they prove to me that they are
So
important.
if you met a guy that was the one,
Saying like, yo, you guys wear sweatshirts, you guys have baggy ass pants, look at your haircut, look at your beard, you guys look like you guys are a fuckboy.
Okay.
Doesn't mean you guys, you know, it's
we
a
are.
stature. You.
If you took your word like that when she was writing, it's cool. I just didn't know if you were like just talking to people. Like,
Well, okay, so we're right now we're live streaming.
Remember I said saying disgusted was too harsh and that I wish that I would have said, you know, I retracted the statement and said, you know, yeah.
Well, okay, a lot of women, I think a couple of
Well, let's pick one. Let's pick any of them. Whichever one you want. Pick one.
Okay, so like I said, are you in the pattern? Are you at 10 miles out on final approach? Are you talking to center? Are you talking to
I don't
tower?
know any of this.
That's fucking crazy. Bitches be bitches.
Listen, I'll tell you what. You can delete the VOD, you delete the clips. Someone's already made it streamable, though.
A really exciting dude to be romantic,
That's
to
true.
pay for anything.
Yeah. Wait,
Girls, so like,
Like when you're really into a guy, you'll just fuck him because he's so hot.
motivation to do X thing and make it happen
Personal
only if it comes
abundance.
from you.
Wouldn't that just be self-discipline
chat.
then? You can call it whatever you want. I mean, so
What she's talking about is different than
I agree.
meditation. though.
But hang on, I want to engage directly with what you're saying, 'cause you're making a good point.
Direct.
okay,
Yes,
hold
sir.
on, there's another one coming in. We'll let the original one come in.
Water.
Take a shot. Verbally.
Not. Oh.
Yo, what the fuck is going on right now? Bro, whose man is this? Anyhow, moving on smartly.
And since she wants to go there, like, for example,
All I want you to do is engage with the arguments. That's it.
So that you can fuck with me?
No, so I can understand your worldview.
So you can monetize fucking with me.
No, so that I can understand your worldview.
You understand that.
Although mine could be life or death, yours is not a life or death. Are those different?
Or, right, it could be the life and death of your business, and yeah, that could
who get hazard pay.
And then where are you guys pulling your stuff from?
Nick, you can pull up pay scale. Pay scale is a fairly, it's actually pretty. I think it's actually pretty left.
Sure is immoral in and of itself if it's indicating a behavior that you're trying to avoid. So, for instance, wouldn't it be sexist? Well, wouldn't it be
Attractiveness, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, that's my ride. So.
Oh, wow.
I'll go sit in my car.
No. It's okay.
Self Castle.
If you need a ride back, I don't mind driving.
So is there any woman on planet Earth who's not a 10?
This girl right here.
No, let her answer the question. Is there any woman
say that you can do a brain scan to determine a gender? You really can't, because you have human
Correct.
variances in
The
sexuality.
gender is determined more by the hormonal makeup in the
Brain
body
matter
system.
cannot determine, right? It's something you believe.
Right, but then
does marketing your set of beliefs.
Yeah, in a context of BDSM, I enjoy humiliating men. Yeah.
Not external this context.
By you probably fucked up as a female to some degree.
Nah, men should just step it up. No, you guys are like no.
You could just explain calmly. I'll listen to you.
Please.
Okay, so let me just understand your viewpoint. So what is your what is your
everyone fascinating? Then James found Motion. With Motion, you can gain a month's worth of free time per year by using Motion's proprietary AI algorithm to automatically plan your day based on your good for.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. And what are you good for?
A lot of things.
Like.
I'm funny. I'm smart.
demonstrated that yet.
I'm okay. Well,
Neither
that's your
of
opinion.
those qualities
I'm a
of-
musician.
You know, as